All right, here we are. Let's sit down. Episode 3, Community Matters 2, and we're here in New Tribe. And as always, we're gonna start with introductions. So, right here we got Miss Siobhan. Do your thing.
Hello, my name is Siobhan. Nice to be here with everybody.
I am Rondell. I have manufacturing clothing line Stay Woke. I also specialize sneakers. I work for the state of New York as well. Just trying to be an inspiring person in my community.
And thank you for the prayer, brother.
For sure.
Appreciate that.
No problem. No problem.
My name is Kareem Patterson, local boxing gym owner. Trying to build some champions in our beloved city.
Nice.
My name is Brian Whitaker, owner of New Tribe Barbershop. Looking forward to this whole conversation discussion.
Then we got Mr. Mike right here getting a fresh cut.
Morning, everybody. It's Mike Urbana, Hudson Valley Concierge Service, here to give you your time back. I'm Communication Director for Community Matters 2, and also board member for Chamber. That's just counting.
Yo, I think I just gave him a commercial. Tell me that was a commercial. He just turned around. That was a commercial. I just gave him a free commercial.
That's why I spun around, right? I spun around.
Appreciate
That's
that.
right. Man.
Gotta appreciate the boss, man.
But now, we here at New Tribe. Let's sit down. Episode 3. First episode, we had men talking, about the man aspect in the Black community because it is Black History Month. Then the second episode, we had a sit down with females, talking about the beautiful Black woman, their trials and tribulations, different things like that. Now, I want to talk more business, the Black business owner, especially because right now we have business owners and we're all small businesses. And one of the things I just wanted to know is real short, like how'd you get started? Like Rondell, Woke is, Woke's been everywhere, you know what I mean? We've seen Matt Barnes, I've copped it, everybody's in cop Woke, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, where's your beginning?
I'd say it was actually November of 2017. I knew I got tired of wearing other people's clothing. I'll say that. I said, I'm big into sneakers, as you know, I'm big into just fashion. I've always been. So I said to myself, I just started a clothing line. So I started looking up logos, things, I tried to get something where it could relate to everybody. So one day I got out the shower and I spoke to my wife and I said, I think I got something. And I always, she's like my PR rep, if you will. She always will tell me if she thinks it's a good idea. So I said, I think I want to start a company called Stay Woke Clothing. It has a cool, catchy saying, cool way of saying be aware. So I think it could relate to anyone. So I said, I got a logo guy, spoke to him about it, showed him what my vision was, and he told me that this is gonna be big. And I'm a real modest person, so I was like, I don't see it. I'm like, but whatever. So I released it January 18th, 2018. And I released 15 hoodies, put it up on Instagram, sold out in an hour.
Nice.
And I said, man, maybe this could be something,
Yeah.
So to God be the glory, 3 years later, like you said, I've had celebrities wear it. They reached out to me, vice versa. It's been a blessing. So now it's just more so into the mentorship about it, showing other Black men that they can do it too. Yeah. I'm not doing anything special, but just being consistent.
There you go.
I'm not doing anything special, but just putting that content out. I'm using this app that lets me post content whenever I want to, so why not push it as much? I started getting into the analytics part of it, knowing that the best times to post is between 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., knowing that 3 to 6, 6 to 9 p.m. are the 3 slots where to post, because what that does is it goes from New York to Cali. When we're going to sleep, they're just eating dinner. Right. That's the most times when people look for, that quick moment of R&R as a parent.
I gotta stop you, man. You going.
You know,
I gotta save you. I gotta save you. I gotta save you. I ain't mad at you.
No, I hear you.
I gotta save you. We gotta save some of that. Put that in your pocket.
No, I got you. I got you. See, I started. That's when I started shooting my jumpers,
It's all
and I started getting hot. So
It's all good.
yeah, boy.
So I want to go to the owner of New Tribe. Like, how'd you get started? Like, we're here right now. We're doing this in your place. This is your place. So how'd you get there? Like, how did it all begin for you?
Well, actually, I used to come here and get my hair cut here.
Oh, for real?
The original owner of New Tribe is Greg Alexander.
Oh, okay.
And I used to wake up every morning, me and him go drink coffee, you know, et cetera, talk about business. He opened up another barbershop down the street from here,
Oh, okay.
but it didn't take off. You know,
Right.
he was trying to do a female/men type thing.
Okay.
But in reference to this right here, I've been coming here for years. And at that chair that you're sitting in, I was sitting here one day getting a haircut. And this white guy came through the door.
Yeah.
He didn't even come in. He just opened up the door. He said, Monday, I'm done with this. This is going to be closed Monday. I got up out of that chair with a half a haircut. Ran him down the street, got in his car, said, you're closing up Monday. Why? He didn't go into details, but I know it was financial. So I said to him, I said, well, what can I do to get that from you? Because you're closing up Monday. He said, I'll sell it to you for $50,000. I said, you're closing up Monday. You're gonna get $0. So he went down to 25.
Hey.
I hit him with the same slogan. You're closing up Monday. You're gonna get $0.
Right.
He said, you make me an offer. I said, well, let me tell you something. I've been hustling on these streets for the last 2 years. I lost my job at Anderson, whatever the case may be.
Right.
I'm tired of hustling on the street.
Right.
I got 20 grand, but I can't give you all of this 20 grand that I've been hustling for.
Right.
I'll give you 10.
I knew it.
I'll give you 10 and owe you 10 because I think it's worth it.
Right.
And sure enough, he became partners with me.
Okay.
Save the landmark.
And this happened in 2000.
Oh, wow.
So I've been here since 2000.
My God, that. Okay. All right.
And it's amazing. It's like I walked into an opportunity.
Yeah.
I heard the opportunity. I took advantage of it.
Right.
As long as you keep your eyes
Yeah.
and your ears open, things will come to you.
Right.
Just follow it. Plus, it was meant for me to do this. I've been doing this since Newport.
Yeah.
I've been sweeping the hairs in the barbershops in Newport barbershop. That is the oldest. Was. Because all the members in that barbershop has passed away.
Right. Respect.
Now, New Tribe is the oldest barbershop in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
Correct.
Majority of the barbers that came from or in other barbershops came from here.
Yeah.
This is like the school.
Okay. Wow. All right.
So
Well,
That's awesome.
you listen. I'm gonna say this. He was talking about being nervous and all that. He just captured everything. Everybody was like this, man. You good, man. You good. So you own. How I got a question because we got the beautiful Siobhan here. Right now, you're looking at black men, right? We own our own. Okay, we're running something. We're a part of something, business, something that isn't, say, a franchise. It's our own business. It comes from our own mental. We have to run it on a daily basis. As a mother, you have a black son. You're here in this community. How important is it for you to see like this? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's very important because gentrification is real. You know, things are starting to come in. If we're not supporting each other, then we dwindle away. You know what I mean? So then what do we have to show our kids? Where am I bringing him to Supercuts? You know what I mean? To get his hair cut. Like, you know, you can't just say, oh, I just want a black person to cut my son's hair.
Right.
You know, I don't mean it that way,
Yeah.
but these are places where you could come to be yourself.
Right.
You know, at first it was like, hold up, I'm gonna be in a barbershop with guys. Like this is their sacred place. You know, you come in here and you can just, like you say, you come and you were sweeping up. How do you know? You come and you cut a young man's hair. You don't know what he's going through. Sometimes you can look and you can see kind of what's happening. Me being a single mom, I might come in here some days looking crazy. My son might come every 2 months instead of a month, you know, because I don't have it. If you guys peep that, you listen, I got him this week. Or while he's in here, son, after I do your hair, sweep up real quick.
And just
And
coaching
that's
you
how
more.
you start.
Because of the culture, we just might understand. You might see, fam. You might see you cut.
And that's how it is. So I started coming here before I had twins. I was coming here and getting my eyebrows done.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So then it's like, okay, we have a relationship. Now I can start bringing my son in. If I need, I could always come to Brian like, listen, this is what it is this week. He's going to, don't worry, I got him. Then a relationship is going to start to form.
Right.
And then he could be hitting me up. Where's Jason? What's going on with Jason? Let me see Jason. Or, you know what I mean? So these things, these barbershops or, you know, even the nail salon for the girls, but it's a big thing because with single mothers as well, I don't want to come in here and sit with him while he's getting his hair cut. I want to drop him off at the door. Like, you know, this is not my spot. Right. Like, you know, I don't, or if I do, I'm going to sit over here in the corner. Like, you
Right,
know.
just seeing those different faces and things.
Right.
And from your point of view, Cap, you've been here. We've done a program together. You have your boxing gym. Like seeing this right now, like you get what I'm saying. Like this, like I said, this isn't franchise. This is people owning their own. Like from a man's perspective, how's like, and you being a part of that.
Well, it's
Like, how you
big
feel
to
about
me
that?
because when you're out in the community and you only see a certain type of people doing business, then it makes a young kid like your son say, maybe I can't do it because I don't see nobody that looks like me doing this. You know what I mean? So people like us doing this, we are not only helping ourselves, but we helping those young people indirectly because they'll look at us and they'll say, all right, this can be done. You know what I mean? Even if it's subconsciously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very important. It's very important. We need more. We need more.
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy that you say that we need more. It's because I can reflect back when I first got this, and quote unquote, it's just the way people think. But when I first got this, you know, they started taking me to court. Wow. You know, looking for more money.
Yeah.
You know, the child support type thing.
Yeah.
Looking for more money. So it wasn't in my name at first because I couldn't afford to sustain this. And if you take me to child support and you get the majority of this, I'm not going to be able to keep this afloat. So the individual that I took out years ago, Chris, he kept it in his name until 2017. That's when I turned it over legit.
Wow.
And my name, fully effect. In New Tribe, I think I'm the only barbershop in Poughkeepsie that you could use your credit card, debit card, etc. to pay. That was one of the first things I wanted to do is because in other businesses, other than black minorities or whatever the case may be, you don't have that. It's a cash flow scenario. So once you open up the door to credit cards or whatever it can be, it opens up the other door for other individuals, not
100%.
just black.
100%.
And that's another reason why it's important to the young people because your journey, all of our journey, it's a process.
Correct.
So you're gonna make many mistakes.
Exactly.
So now a young person coming up, they can come talk to you and say,
Exactly.
yo, what did you do? And you can kind of guide them better on their journey.
Exactly.
But if this doesn't exist, then they have no one to talk to, and then we don't have this.
Exactly.
We don't grow it bigger.
Exactly. But my kids, the point that you made as far as, the kids need to see our kind of people doing business or in business or making walkways to go towards a business.
Right. Yeah.
It's rough. It's hard.
It really is.
But it can be done.
Yes.
It's just like nowadays, I've always wanted my kids, I have 5 boys. I've always wanted my boys to look up at me as if my dad has done something in life. My dad owns a business.
Exactly.
My dad has, so this empowers him as well.
Yes.
Not just him as friends.
Yes.
Now,
That's important.
you also you're able to create that safe space for your child if you choose to.
That's
We
true.
got my son right there. He's doing some of the shooting today, and for me, it's more like I brought him here because I want him to see this.
Right.
I want him to see me working.
Right. Right.
I want to see me bringing people together.
Right.
But I just want him to see this.
Right.
Period. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is real, because a lot of times it might get lost in TV, it might get lost in, but you can own your own, come together and sit down and talk and be very successful. And moving on, we have the man in the suit right there. He'll give you your time back. We got so you got Hudson Valley Concierge Service. You've gotten some awards recently, brother.
Yeah.
And you've become a part of a lot of things, but you also have a beginning to your business, and what has like pushed you to the level like you are now.
Honestly, you know, what pushes me is knowing that risk of unknown, you know, and not knowing where it's gonna take you,
Still
right?
shooting a commercial, man.
And
still shooting a commercial.
you know, I'm the type of guy that, you know, when I was going through school, you know, I had a test. You know, people would take 2-3 weeks to study. I'm in the library a period before. I need to know this, I need to know that. All right, game time. I go in there, knock it out, pass, and go home, right? But, you know, when it comes to business, I got this from my parents, right? I learned this in the home about the entrepreneur spirit, you know, and I always, you know, when I'm going on trips or riding with my parents, my dad be talking about numbers, and my mom be talking about, oh, why don't we do this, why don't we do that? And then I'm just like, you know what? Can I jump in this conversation? Can I have some say? Can I make some decisions? And, you know, the key to that was Micah, be a kid, because there's a lot to learn and there's a lot to experience, right? So if you worry about being a kid, you're going to adjust over time and listen and hear, but you don't want to grow too fast. You want to take your time. Like you said, Deli, right? You want to take that approach where, not a slow, so much of a turtle approach, but a time where you can actually see things, enjoy the process, right?
Right.
So, you know, when I first started my company, I was wearing a suit, and I went to go, you know, sell what I do, right? Offer. And I was in Highland, you know, Caucasian town right across the bridge, right? And you know, I said to these seniors, they were 2 ladies. They were just putting bottles in the vending machine. I'm like, hey, perfect sell. This is what we do. Give their time back. And I said, hey, ma'am, how you doing? I want to tell you about what I do. It's Hudson Valley Concierge Service. We give you time back, transportation, delivery, and personal service. Lady nudged her friend and said, yo, we don't trust your kind.
Oh.
Mind you, this is my very first day on the job. You know, mind you, I'm more pumped up, saying I'm about to close the deal today. Like, let's get this. People know me. I had 2 seconds to make up my mind. It's either I'm gonna stay in this game and make it work for me, or I'm just gonna tap out. Nate Robinson. Right? But
It's Black History, man. Don't do that to him, man. It's Black History.
I had it with that.
He didn't even tap out.
But knocked out. But you know, I said, you know, I'm gonna make this work. You know, I had some tears in my eye because I had to go home and I had to eat this because I had to evaluate. I said, wait, you know, what did I say? What did I do to make you feel that you don't trust me, right? I was polite. I wasn't rude. I came professional. I smelled good. I felt like I think I did, right? And, you know, and I wanted to be nice and cordial. But, you know, when I went home and talked to my mom and my dad, they built me up. It's key when you have a support system, okay?
Facts.
It's key. Whether it's your mom, your dad, your grandma, your auntie, the neighbor, the person giving you your coffee or pumping the gas. Somebody's there to listen. And you need to explain to them what the situations are. And us as Black men, sometimes we fail in those areas.
So I the support part caught me.
Yeah.
I want to turn on that real quick. That support part, I don't want to lose that energy. That support you just said.
So
I don't want to lose that.
when, you know, so basically with the whole support, you know, I told my parents about the situation. My mom and dad was like, yo, Mike, listen, things are gonna happen. You're a black man, and yet listen, you're in the white community, all right? And people grow up with certain tendencies, certain characteristic values that they inherited. And some people don't want to change, but that's okay. But the ones that do want to change, just keep going. And as long as you believe in what you believe, you have a passion, you have a vision, someone will see you through.
Exactly.
Someone will see you through. And today, I can honestly tell you, and I told you this before, okay? I feel like a free black man. And I'm sure some people are like, what do you mean? You don't got no shackles on your head, you ain't on no slave ship or nothing like that. Mentally, emotionally, I can think, I can move, I can go and connect with a white person or an Indian person, an Asian person, and I feel no animosity towards no race or feel like, oh, because I'm in a room with an Asian person, oh, you can't drive or math. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about those stigmas. You know what I'm saying? We can connect and network. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
100%,
that's kind of where I'm at today and say, yo, a support system is one thing that's key to this, right?
Right.
But as we'll discuss, and you'll find out more, there's more pieces that are intricate that help us grow. And being an entrepreneur, you know how hard it is from day one. And especially there's times where you want to go to the bridge and look over, and I mean look over, and hopefully that gust of wind, you know what I mean?
So I gotta bring you in, Deacon.
Oh my bad.
Preacher Micah. The support part caught me. I'm the only nonprofit here.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people miss it that nonprofit is actually, you still have to run it as a business, regardless. You know what I'm saying? People get paid off for nonprofits eventually as you build a salary, but you have a lot of grants and funds you have to keep, and then you also have to report on what you're doing, your money, like a lot. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So support-wise, like with Community Matters 2, my job is support. I want to support as many people as possible. And Black-owned businesses. Shouldn't we support our own?
Yes, of course.
Rather than just, let's go a little deeper, than supporting our own, what about supporting our children? Because I'm saying this because in here, in Poughkeepsie High School, predominantly Black, correct? When this how I look at it, and I've said this many times, I've said this to you as well, and I've said this to you too. When the kids leave the school, where can they go on Main Street besides McDonald's and to get a job? Wow. And they live around here. You have a son. He's in high school. Late night. He got to work. He working at 10 o'clock. You want him coming from the mall? You want him coming from McDonald's? Or would you like him working a business that's right here?
Right.
So the Black-owned business, I think it's very important that we start employing, even if it's one kid at a time, employing our young kids so they don't have to travel so far. So our mothers and fathers don't have to worry about, oh man, 10 o'clock, he got to catch a bus and he got to get here. I can't pick him up because everybody's in the car. I can't pick him up. So to you have a son. Like, how would you feel if he could just, after school, just go right there and just get a job or whatever it may be? But you know, he's like you said, you came here, you come in New Tribe, you feel you comfortable. You already know.
Right.
Like, how does that make you feel? Like, if your son could just come right here on Main Street because you live right there?
I think
just
that
come
would
and,
be awesome, especially, the different things that's going on. You never know. Bullets don't have a name or a face.
Right.
You never know what's going on. So to have it would be excellent because then I know that they're in good care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're in a good place. I do pop-ups. So, even up into college, I'm popping up. I'll do a little walk by. You know what I mean? So I'm always going to do that, but it eases your mind. It you don't have that stress on top of all the other things because I have a daughter too. Right. So, it's helpful.
It's definitely helpful.
It's needed.
Let me speak on that. As far as support is concerned, I was thinking about this like when I woke up this morning, the support that I've got from my community. And when you talk about, like, a lot of people say Black people don't support each other.
Right.
If it wasn't for the Black people in my community, I would not. My business would not exist.
I feel the same.
They have supported me, and I am appreciative to all of these people who have supported me. Listen, I'm in a place a neighborhood where a lot of different people won't come. You know what I mean? Different races, they will not come to these areas because there's a lot of violence and crime. But the black people, they come
Yeah.
and they actually spent money with me, which
Fact.
helped me grow to a
Right.
place where I can have a
But that's
place
the-
for all people
But
to
that's
come.
the point of you having your own business. It's good that we have black businesses to take our money and feel more comfortable.
Yes.
So that's the important of having these black businesses. You have a kid working.
Yes, I have
For
a
you.
young man. He comes, well, two young men. They come every Friday, clean up the gym.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, all right, I read a book about time and how to manage your time. And if you're making $50 an hour, you can't do jobs that only pay $10 an hour. You know what I mean? So you got to get people to help you with that. So as far as cleaning my gym, you know what I mean? I said, let me look to some young kid who needs an opportunity. They don't get no opportunities
Right.
to make any money. They need money. You know what I mean? So let me give them a chance.
And that money and that money, all of us, you gotta deal with money. Regardless, you gotta deal with money. And I've been asked a lot of times to do like financial programs for kids, and I haven't done them yet.
We working on it.
Because I point to Mike because me and Mike will work on a lot of programs together. Because he's my, he's my communication director at CM2. So we work on a lot of programs together. So a lot of stuff saying he already know what I'm talking about because we didn't sat there for mad long and talked about this. But the money part, I want to teach these kids finances, like how to do finances, because I feel like you'll be more comfortable opening a business if you know how to use your finance, you know how to do it. A lot of us, we got to start from ground, but then we're supposed to teach that.
Correct.
There's levels to this. You know what I mean? Meek said there's levels to this. So we're supposed to do this and take it the rough way and all that. Like him, I ain't never had the opportunity my son has right there.
Right.
In these programs and everything. I'm gonna put him in everything that I got. But the financial part, they want me to teach finances, but then I'm like, some of these kids don't even have a job to look at money. So I'm gonna do the program, but they're gonna be sitting there like
Lost.
But the kid with the money,
Right.
he gonna be sitting there like,
How we make it more? How we make more?
how do we do that? So how important is it to tell? Because you got two beautiful children,
Thank you.
and I see them. How important is it to actually push that, like that financial part about finances to them?
It's very important because, my two children, especially my son, I take him everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. Daughter as well. Lots of times she'll like to stay home with my wife, but my son, as I do all of this shipping, or I'm doing a public meetup, as you know, I've done plenty with you, with you as well. I always bring him just to show him, like how important, like you said about time. I construct all that time with him to show him that this right here is important. I can't focus so much on. Not focus. Time is just so important.
Mm-hmm.
And as Kobe Bryant said, like he always says that the biggest problem that people have is to think that we have time. Right. So for him, I try to keep him under my wing as much as I possibly can. Like you say, young black man, showing him that this can be done. Like you said, you said that you're giving your son. That's the biggest gem that's been dropped to me in this conversation, is that he was given an opportunity that you did not have. Passing it down that hill, that's a blessing. It's a tearjerker, dude. Like he's sitting there working at a young age. He's not sitting on the video game. He's not, out there getting into trouble. He's under his dad's wing. He spoke about comfort.
That's right, boy.
His dad is right there.
That's right,
You know
boy.
what I'm saying? If God forbid something was to happen, it's gonna happen to his dad first.
Facts.
But with my son and my daughter, I always just be that budding example that, even so much as when I come home with my wife, I don't say hi to them. I go right to my wife and get her a kiss. So that they can see that when I come in the house,
There you go.
that's the first thing I do when I come home.
There you go.
So that my son will do the same exact. You know what my son does now? Lots of times when she puts him to bed, he'll go to bed with her and say, "Come on, honey, it's time to go to bed." Because she puts him to bed, But he sees how I talk to her. He sees how I respect her. He sees the light that I hold her in. And then my daughter sees the same thing.
Right.
So when I give her a compliment, I already have to piggyback and alley and give her a compliment as well.
No, I feel
Because she's just so used to it.
Yeah.
But I do that with them because we touched on support systems.
Mhm.
There's been plenty of days where I've had self-doubt. There's been plenty of days where and not to dig too much into this, but the support of Poughkeepsie versus the support of celebrities. So when I first moved into my home, February 22nd, 2018. The day before, also with Hamar, who's been on these conversations, he helped me close my home. You know, to God be the glory for him. He helped me move into my home. The day before I moved in, I said, man, I'm going to close my home tomorrow. You know, what am I going to do? You know, I'm not worried, but I'm just like, okay, I got to make some adjustments. You know, something break, I got to pay for it. You know, I'm not going to have the maintenance come in. They're going to come and fix it. And, you know, so I said, all right, you know, is this clothing the right thing? Am I investing too much time? So, and this is where I learned a little bit about analytics. I left work that day at midnight. It's about 12:20. Phone starts going crazy. I'm like, what's going on? You know, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson posted my shirt that day, and I had 120 orders.
I remember that.
I had 120 orders to get to.
I remember
and I was
that.
overwhelmed. My phone was just like, it wouldn't stop buzzing. You know, it's orders mixed in with support and everybody being happy for me and X, Y, and Z. So I get home to my wife and I said, I'm overwhelmed. Like, I never was prepared for this. I was prepared to do it at my own leisure.
Right.
I was prepared to do it whenever I felt like it.
Right.
But now it's almost like mandatory. I can't let these people down because for him, for you, for everybody, they got to see that it can be done. It's almost to the point where now I'm looked upon as the GOAT when it comes to clothing in Poughkeepsie, and it was an uncomfortable feeling for me at that time. You know?
Right.
And I've always been that guy. I've always been quiet. I've always been, you know, with this Instagram and family thing, everything coming all at once.
But that
my
was-
wife told me.
That's a level though.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I reached the next level.
Right. That's life's lessons.
Right.
Those are the different levels. But let me get to you.
As far as entrepreneurs and owners,
Yeah.
as far as our kids are concerned,
Yeah.
some of my kids gravitated to this. Some of them didn't.
Right.
Which they're entitled to their own gravitation of whatever direction they want to go to.
Sure.
But my thing is this: when a kid comes through this door and asks, "Can I sweep in here
Yeah.
for a job?" My response is, sweeping here and here is not a job. If you want a job, I
Right.
can offer you the craft.
Right.
Right. Skill.
The craft is the job.
Right.
Now, if you want that young man
Gotcha.
or young lady, because I have trained females as well as barbers. But if you want that young man, you bring your mom or your dad with you, and we'll discuss it from there. Because my point after that is, if you go get tools, I'll take you across the street. If your mom and dad, or even you yourself, buy cutting tools, that means that you really want to do it.
Facts.
You
If you come
invested
through
in
that
yourself.
door,
Invested in-
yes.
Right.
If you come through that door, I'm gonna train you.
Yeah.
And you saying investing in yourself. We had a conversation earlier about your daughter.
Yes.
And she wanted to try some. You go ahead.
She loves YouTube. She sees different things, and she's at one point it was like, "Oh, mommy, you know I want to do nails. I have my nails done." So I go on Amazon. I tell her find the nail set, the kit that you want. You get a little $5 thing from here, but we go on Amazon. We find the kit. She needs the whole kit, not just the nails, everything, so you can buff. Then it's, I want to braid hair. I buy her the mannequin. But the comb set with 30 combs, and now she's braiding hair, she's doing nails, but that's something that for her she just likes. But those are things that you can start to learn to do to make money,
It's a
to have
trade.
your own right. And I'm saying she could be the first. I don't want to put that out there because that could be our little brag.
Right.
You see the mindset right there? She already invested.
Look
She
out for
already
Lulu,
invested.
but she, those are just things that if I see things that, like, she's very good. This she would have been great in.
Yeah.
So I allowed her to cook in the kitchen one day. So we, did our little thing. I'm like, we'll do a little show. So she's like, "Hi, that's not my mom. That's the help." Like, wow. Wow.
She ready to- she ready to
She's
go.
like, yeah,
She
she's like,
ready to
"Mom,
go."
turn the camera. But when you cook, you need to make sure you keep this away from the stove. And I'm like, oh, okay. So the things that I see that they're really good at, I try to, invest them in. As far as with her with violin, I wanted her to play violin because I didn't get to play it. I played saxophone, but I ended up coming across a violin. She's left-handed, but it was for a right-handed. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll see if I can get something for her to play. But the dude at the place, he's like, no, let her continue to learn to play, with her left hand. So that's probably, something else she could do, like
Options.
Absolutely.
Options are a beautiful thing.
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the point of us. We invest in business. We're investing in our children, which also is a business to a degree of investing. But I just want to shoot real quick. This is the time where we're in New Tribe. I want to give the owner his chance. Like, you know what I mean? Put yourself out there, man. You know what I mean? We all have our different platforms. People who look at us and different things. Tell us where you at. Do everything. Right?
New Tribe is universal, man. I mean, we cut all kind of people. I don't care who you are. And I'm glad that I got that craft. And the craft came from Newport barbershop for me. Like I said, I used to live with Milford.
Yeah.
And being a kid in that barbershop, I'm kind of was geared towards this way. But I never pursued this way.
Mm-hmm.
It was a happenstance that
It
particular
chose you.
day. It chose me that particular day. I lost my job at Anderson. I'm here, and I pursued it. But we really, as black owners, we really got to reach out to our kids.
Right.
Because that's where it starts. You have to find somebody that, like my kids, I have 5 boys. None of them have interest in this.
Mm.
One of them have interest in cutting. He's good. He's good. I trained
Before
him.
you go into that, tell everybody where you at, man.
What do you mean?
Where you at? Tell them where you at.
I'm at New Tribe Barbershop.
Address.
345 Main Street,
There we
Poughkeepsie,
go.
New York,
Tell 'em-
12601.
Tell them
There
where
you
you
go.
at.
Universal, I'm here.
Tell them where you
I'm
at.
the oldest barbershop in Poughkeepsie. If you come here, I don't care who you are, what style of haircut you want, eyebrows, you don't do nails. Get it done.
I want you to put New Tribe out there real quick.
Appreciate that.
I want you to put where you at. You know what I'm saying? That's that portion. And before we move on, I wanna. I got this shirt made right here. It's called #Seam2 Everywhere, and it's by the Gold Standard. It's a boutique right here on Academy in Poughkeepsie, New York, as well as I got my it's Black History. I got to put everything out there. We got my man Corey Porter. I got 4 of his books. I mean,
He's black?
he
beautiful.
right here in Poughkeepsie
He grew
with the
up in
Pentecostal
Poughkeepsie.
church
Yep.
together. They got 4 books. I had to cop them, show my guys some support. He has an Amazon bestseller right there called A Mother's Love. And just go out and support your brother right here from
Nice.
Poughkeepsie, you know what I'm saying?
How do we get
So-
him? Do we meet with him in person, or is there a link that we can get?
Oh, you just go to, he's on Facebook and Instagram, Corey Porter. And you can go on Amazon, you can search his name and you'll actually find his books that he's actually written.
Excellent.
But to just move on with the conversation, Micah, you had something you wanted to ask Cap?
Yeah, I wanted to go in the fact that, I think it's real critical. Yes, we need to teach our kids to invest in themselves, but we need to teach them that it's okay. And when I mean okay, it's okay to be different, okay to think outside the box,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay to do a job, that your friends might laugh at you for, but it's taking you to the next level.
Correct.
For example, most people never even knew when I started my company, I had a night job at Target. Overnight. Okay, so think about it. At first, I was worried about who was going to see me in a red shirt with a Target sign on it. Like, how you own your own business and you work at retail? And I'm like, well, why am I thinking like this? I got a family to take care
It's
of.
more than one income.
Thank you.
Okay,
Right.
there's one income is too close to none.
Right.
Remember that.
But hold on now. This is in the beginning when you start and when you have ego.
For sure.
You understand
For
what
sure.
I'm
I was
saying?
there.
And you worrying about how people are going to look at you and perceive you. But now when you have priorities,
For sure.
things change.
Priority supersedes ego.
Supersedes
That's for
ego.
sure.
My wife will
I like
tell
that.
you, I'm coming home 3-4 in the morning, eyes bloodshot, and I got to go back to work
Been
to
there.
my office the next
Still
morning.
there.
Yeah.
But the thing was, you have to be able to say, all right, what is the difference? Where do you want to go in life? And if you don't start thinking like this and start training your mind, how can you be an example for your child, better yet the next person's child that's looking up to you, right? So the next thing is this, what? Actions speak louder than words.
Yes, sir.
I'm a firm believer from the effort and experience that I've gathered from then to now and doing these side jobs, it made me who I am today.
Experience is the greatest teacher.
That's it. So that's why it's kind of like, I hear sometimes when I'm speaking to kids, oh, I don't want to flip nobody burger. All right, well, what's wrong with pushing green, red, and yellow, and you making $15 an hour? Right. And after, when you leave there, you can go work on your craft.
Yes.
For sure.
And mind you, let's think outside the box. How many times people come inside and outside of your business or your store, or you meet with somebody, and they have a skill that you wanted or you wanted to connect with?
That's the best part about it, is where you can gain something. I'm gonna gain something from you today, from you, and that's what makes you an awesome person. We all have flaws, but if you can learn something from everybody, like you said, pride supersedes ego. Right. When you put that pride to the side, that's when you truly become a man or a woman.
But that's why we're sitting here today, because people gonna see this, and hopefully they can gain stuff from this episode as well.
That's it.
Real quick, I ask this on every episode. What's your? I want to get you last. I want the men to speak now. I want the women to second. Real quick, just give me something real quick. What's your drive?
What's my drive?
Like, what's your drive?
People are my drive.
Yes.
For you to sit in my chair and for me to make you come through the door and your emotions is down.
Yeah.
And by the time you leave this door, your emotions are up.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing in the world for me to feel, that I've changed the atmosphere or your mind thought. Or you could be in a bad place, thinking bad, or you get ready to go do some harm to somebody, and I can deter you from doing that. That's the most beautiful thing in the world, as far as being in business, as far as being able to communicate with people. Because without communication and time, because time is key. Because timing. You called me to do this. It was timing. Okay? You may call me in a bad mood. I may say no. I may have been going through something. I may make a decision off of my own mental, and it's not right. So people are the most important thing to me.
Nice one. Cap, drive. Like, because you're more into a sport where, you get punched in the face. You done punched me in the face a couple times. So it's a whole different avenue when you're speaking of boxing, because that's a physical sport. So what's your drive?
Well, my drive is to piggyback off of what Brian said, is the people. When I get the people in and they are happy with the service that I'm providing to them, that makes me the happiest person in the world. I don't care if the person doesn't become a champion. That doesn't matter to me. If I give you something that you could take home with you and you can keep it for the rest of your life, especially young men and women. I teach them these skills, and now they take it with them for the rest of their lives. They'll always remember me. That's important to me. That's the most important thing.
Michael, what's your drive to keep wearing these suits and these nice shoes?
Frank DeRafley from BNI would always ask you that, what's your why, right? And my why, I would say, would be legacy. And I don't want to become fertilizer and knowing that I didn't make enough people smile. I don't want to know that I won't see the next day knowing that I didn't give someone the opportunity that they needed or put them in the position that they need to be. We all live once.
Right.
And the question is, what are you going to do with your time? And our job, and like God has said, we have our brothers and our sisters. We're supposed to fellowship, right? Right? And that's how we grew up, right, Siobhan? Right? So our job is to connect and to love one another. And my job is to make sure that I expound on that every day and leave that footprint in the sand.
What's your drive? Clothing mogul, what's your drive?
My drive is inspiration. It's not even a person. Of course, my epicenter would be my wife and my children, but outside of that is just inspiration, letting them know that it can be done. And we touched on investing earlier. When you said invest, I have this thing called invest to invest, which means I invest in myself so that and invest in you without even knowing it, subconsciously knowing it. So when my kids, like we spoke of my children earlier, when they see me doing all of these things, you know, juggling is my superpower. You know what I'm saying?
Like
So
juggling,
juggling. I work for the state of New York.
Oh man,
I
I'm
have
thinking.
clothing. No, I'm just saying, no. But when they see me doing all these
I mean, you got
things,
kids, so kids be having to do it.
no, that too. But that's the parts that are said without being said. Being a father, being a husband, being. But I also take these jobs as, when I say inspiration, I'm an inspirer. I'm a motivator. I'm an uplifter. Those jobs I look at those as passions and jobs.
Right.
You know, I just try to be as inspiring as I can. Like you said, when you touched on somebody walking out of here and being happy, you're a therapist without the degree.
Right.
Of course.
That's right.
Of course.
You're a therapist. You got that 15, 20-minute haircut, making that person feel better. You saved that person's life or somebody else's life, or in so many other different ways could
That's
have
a fact.
changed that person.
Invest
So
and invest.
kudos to you in this barbershop. It's a landmark.
Yes, sir.
This place is a
Facts.
landmark. You saved this place, but that's my thing now is just my calling from God has been inspiration. So when people say, "What made you?" I'm like, listen, I didn't do this.
Yeah, I
God
feel
did this.
you.
God is. I put this on Instagram this morning. God is in the driver's seat. I'm in the passenger. He's driving me. I'm not. I don't know. So when you spoke on where am I going, I don't know.
Right.
He will wake me up tomorrow and say, "Rondo, that's what we're doing today.
That's it.
This what we're doing." So I don't. That's why I'm all about inspiration.
No, I feel you. Siobhan,
No
Yeah.
drive.
hold on.
Okay.
I got you. I want to know your drive,
Okay.
but on your drive, I want you to add something.
Okay.
So we got your drive. You're the woman in the barbershop. Everybody knows the barbershop is the man's place.
Absolutely.
This is our thing where we talk, boom, boom, boom. To the point where we'll change our
Same as the
conversation.
hair salon.
We'll change the conversation when the female comes in.
Right.
Right? So you're in the barbershop right now, right? So besides your drive, this right here. Like you're sitting with men in our atmosphere and you're seeing what we're talking about. And I'm not saying we talk about this all the time in the barbershop.
I know.
But what does this mean to you? First your drive, but then what does the man aspect of moving forward, having a business, entrepreneurship, and giving it to that next generation? Like, what is, from a woman's perspective, like, what does that mean? Like,
It means a lot because
tell me your drive first.
on my drive,
Tell me
I
your
would
drive.
say fulfillment, purpose. A lot of times, I know for me, I was stuck. Like, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? I'm good at this, I'm good at that, but I'm still lost. I'm not fulfilled. I don't know what it is that I'm trying to do. I don't know where I'm meant to be. So my drive for my children is to make sure that I know what my purpose is and fulfill myself, so I'm not pouring into them,
Right,
you know
right,
what
right.
I mean? Uncertainty and, you know, just bad vibes and things like that.
Right.
So that's my purpose. That's my drive. But as far as the other question, you know, most black men period, but I would say black men, they don't really express themselves. You know what I mean? This is your spot where you get to speak about whatever. So allowing me to come in and listen, you know, it gives me a better understanding of how to talk to my son as well. Because I'm his mom, I can't, you know, show him how to be a man, and
Dope.
it's certain things I expect from him. So I'm not thinking the man way, I'm thinking the mom way, the woman way. So stand up. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Speak to me like this.
Right.
You you can't break down, but you can cry, but listen, you know what I mean? So to hear you guys speak and be able to come in, I can handle my son a little better. You know what I mean? So, and also come to you guys like, listen, so, you know,
Yep.
with him, it's like, you know, I expect him to, you know what I mean? And I have to let him, it's all right to cry. You know what I mean? You can't always be like this.
Yep, yep.
It's okay to show emotion. You can, you know, let it out. I don't want him to be like, I'm all right. And it pisses me off. No, you're not all right. So what's wrong with you? You know, I don't play with my kids. I don't play with them. So sometimes it's like, can I cry? Yeah, bro, cry. Like, I'm just saying, speak to me. You can open up. You can talk about whatever. So
Well, I'm
it's
glad
nice to
you
be able
said that.
to-
You know, that you are a woman and you cannot teach a man how to be a
That's
man.
not my job.
Right, but you're a strong woman.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's certain things you can do that make him, you know, understand a man. But
Right.
you can't do what a man can do for a man because we understand each other
Right.
the way a woman couldn't understand
Right.
a man. So the fact that you are aware of that is very important.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of women will say, I can do the job of a man. You know what I mean? And that's impossible.
No.
The
I
partnership
can't.
is important, man.
I
The
can't.
partnership, the man and woman partnership is very,
Vital.
very, very, very important. I know
You said the
because I got my daughter to my son, and she be saying that she was wearing some pants the other day. I guess they're okay. You know, she's 6 years old, but for her father, I'm like, I think they're too tight. I'm like, no, those are the pajama things. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. But the mom know that she got to do. I'm like, okay, cool, because I'm on a whole nother.
Mindset
I'm on,
is totally
yeah,
different.
I'm on because I'm thinking of like a
From a
man's
man's
gonna look at
perspective.
her. You get what I'm saying? But that was something that went under the clothes. I didn't know. I thought she was wearing it. I had no idea. So we're gonna finish this up. You got a kid in front of you right now. You got a kid in front. You got him for 10 seconds. That's as much time you're gonna get right now. In 10 seconds, he's in front of you, or she's in front of you. She's like, I want to start my own business. I need you to say, in maybe 2 words, 5 words. I mean, what would you tell that kid? It's like, I want to start my own business. Something you would just hit him with. So you got the kid for 10 seconds. What would you hit him with?
Give me a second. Hold on.
He gone.
Yeah, he gone. No. If a young man came up to me looking for guidance and direction as far as a business is concerned, the first thing I would tell him is to be totally 100% sincere about what you want to do. That's one. And if you're sincere about what you want to do, then you got to take the steps to go towards that way. Don't go away from it, go towards it. And if you need guidance, find that person that you know that can guide you, that can tell you exactly what you need to do to handle your task at hand. Because guidance is everything. What you tell a person, they feed off of that.
Sure.
And that's the start right there. The first information that you give them is key and vital.
Right.
So I got 10 seconds. So what you think you can't do, you can do. Okay? And anytime it becomes a problem, think about what you have in front of you that you can work with to create an easy opportunity or solution. Challenge yourself. Always think like a sponge.
There you go with the commercial.
I
ain't mad at you.
I just couldn't. I want to get in there.
Once the camera go his way, he just like everything is just.
You know what camera look at?
I just,
You know what would stop him for the commercials? He don't look in the camera. If he look, that's what I told you. What? Don't look at the camera. If you don't look for the camera, he's not gonna do that.
So, Kat, what's
All right. So my thing is, what I would tell a young man or woman is, if you believe, this is from Napoleon Hill. If you believe and truly believe and can conceive, then you will achieve. It has nothing to do with education, has nothing to do with experience.
That's beautiful.
All you got to do is believe it, conceive it, and then you will achieve it through time. You know what I mean? That's
What you
it.
saying? What you saying?
For me, 10 seconds. Simply put, failure is life's best lesson, and that, you know, the only way to get started is to get started. That's really it. You're gonna mess up along the way, but take those and treat them as building blocks and not as an anchor. You take those failures and you learn from them, and you, like you said, time. It might not happen when you want it to, but it's gonna happen.
will.
You keep hard work.
Yes.
And
Don't give up.
success is only before work in the dictionary.
So,
Exactly.
Siobhan, what you gonna say?
Listen twice, speak once. Pay attention, write your goals down, put God first, and you know, never let anybody tell you can't do it. That's it. If you fail, you don't fail. The only way you fail is if you don't try and if you don't do it.
Exactly.
So that's where I'm at.
All right. Well,
What would you say?
what would I say? What would I say?
Right, flip it on him now.
I would say, basically, watch this episode. Watch this episode, and you'll get a lot of information about starting your own business. I'm gonna end it all right here. I appreciate all of y'all right now. The conversation was dope. Entrepreneurship, helping out our kids, how to move on business, being, sincere, and just sometimes you'll come across to be doubts, but you still got to move forward. This was Let's Sit Down, episode 3. You can catch us on Community Matters 2 at YouTube, as well as communitymatters2.org, Facebook, Instagram, and we had New Tribe, and we just had episode 3. Let's Sit Down. Community Matters 2.
Nice.